Hello and welcome to the PTOC podcast. Today we have with us Dr. Ashish Phadnis sir. So welcome sir to the show.
Thank you very much.
What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you listen to the word precision in trauma surgery?
Uh, the first thing that comes to my mind is a good return to function. Because you see, the patient was, or the person who got injured was a completely normal person before he had the injury. And if it is not for precision, we will not be able to sort of, reinstate back his life to where it was before the injury. So precision is, this is what precision means to me.
And sir, do you think precision begins before the first incision is taken?
Absolutely. So as soon as the patient presents to us with the injury and you are assessing the injury, that is where precision begins. Because if you do not diagnose something precisely, if you do not address the patient's demands or needs precisely, whether it is the lack of the demands or the excessive demands, you have to diagnose it precisely to plan sort of a treatment protocol for him and deliver precise results.
Do you remember any surgery of yours which went wrong and what did you learn from it?
We often remember surgeries which go wrong, and yes, so the best thing to do is to write it down. It stays in your memory, but nowadays with the advent of smartphones, you can take a picture and it stays in the album under whatever heading it is. And I mean, if I had to give you an example, then it is a case of not of being obsessed over a good alignment while reducing a fracture comes back to haunt us when the reduction drifts or when the implant starts moving. So yes, there are a lot of learning points in trauma surgery, and usually our bad results will keep on coming back to us. So they will keep on teaching you.
And sir, in today's digital world, how important it is to keep on reading books, journals, or papers?
It is extremely important. I like to read. So, as a habit, I like to read. Unfortunately, there is not enough time to read whatever either I like or the journals. But having said that, since we are in precision, so talking about precision, talking about PTOC, advancements in trauma care, nowadays people don't necessarily need to read it because a lot of reading for them can be done with perspective using these artificial intelligence tools. There are podcasts in case they don't want to refer to something while on the go, while in the gym, or while taking a simple walk. There are podcasts, there are subject articles that are pushed by the journals per se. Of course, there are these conferences and meetings where you can attend, and in a couple of days, you get a gist of everything that is happening. Reading is important if you want to have a deep dive into a particular thing that you heard in the conference or particular concept that you came across. Reading is also very easy because it can be only regarding a particular case and then you want to deep dive into a particular topic. But yes, it is very important because if you are not reading, someone else is reading, and if the concepts are changing, which they are very rapidly, we need to keep in touch with them.
And so, how important is selecting the right implant?
So we've been through this a lot. Selecting the right implant for the right outcome, yes, it is very important. Also, more than selection, it is also application of the right implant at the right time. It is and on the right patient. It is very important. So yes, implants are very important because that is what we deal with. Quality of implants, type of the implants, and the concepts we are using with the implants. All these things are also as important as the implant itself.
Sir, do you think today's surgeons they rely too much on CT or MRI?
I think it's a sign of times. We need to have more information. Olden days, the stalwarts had high access to higher volumes. They could see the X-ray. You open the fracture, you see for yourself, and well, if there is a surprise, then you have learned something new, and you keep that in mind, and that's what experience taught you. Now the problem is that we cannot expect the younger surgeons who do not have volumes to gain that experience. Secondly, we also do not want any patient to be a victim of the learning curve. So the surgeon is best equipped to handle anything with precision if he has adequate data at hand. So I don't think that getting a CT or a MRI is an additionally is a wrong thing. CT and MRI, yes, they are resource intense, but most of the places in India where we are offering will give you a CT and an MRI wherever it is required. And it just helps the surgeon plan his approach properly. Problem is that if they get a CT and MRI and don't look at them, then there is a big problem, because just they've got the CT and MRI just for the heck of it, but not having looked at it carefully is a problem.
PTOC has completed 20 years this year. So, one word for it or the journey, your experience about PTOC.
I think I've got involved with PTOC over the last 5 to 6 years, and every year it keeps on evolving into a bigger and bigger. And last year itself, I told them that this venue probably will be smaller, and I can only see that this is like a annual meeting that people can come and look at it, and it pitches very nicely at a soft spot where experienced people can gain more experience, and the youngsters can gain from the experience of the seniors. So there is something in it for everyone, irrespective of the stage of the career that you are in.
So, we'll quickly do a rapid fire. Plate or nail?
Nail.
Speed or precision?
Precision.
CT scan or clinical judgment?
CT scan.
Early fixation or staged fixation?
Staged fixation.
One fracture that always deserves respect.
Tibial plateau.
One complication that you fear the most.
Infection.
And one advice every PG student should hear from you.
With regards to trauma, I would say if you can draw the fracture, you can fix it. So make a habit of drawing the fractures, whether it is on your scrapbook, whether it is in your OT notes, whether it is on the bone. Just make sure you are able to draw it. If you can draw it, you can visualize it. If you can visualize it, you can fix it.
One book every young surgeon should read. Do you recommend any book?
Philosophical or orthopedic related?
Any book which would help in their daily lives.
Yes, so orthopedically, the book that I can recommend you to read is Elements of Fracture Fixation. But other than that, Campbell and Orthopedic Knowledge Update are the very good books for someone who's advanced in their career. And just as a person, I mean, if you want to evolve, then Morgan Housel's books on Same as Ever is an excellent book, which will throw a lot of perspective on what we should be doing in life.
And finally, one word for Dr. Parag Sancheti, sir.
It's difficult to combine in one word, but he's got an amazing enthusiasm. At the same time, he is extremely warm. So the first thing that I experience when I see him is a sense of warmth that just comes out. And I have known him. I mean, I've seen him since I have joined orthopedics, and sort of in 2002. Since then, but he is just as warm as ever, and is an excellent human being.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time, and it was a pleasure talking to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.